people. So today is April the 5th, and we are at Kerr Lake, and we decided to drive down here and see if we could catch some crappies. And basically we've done the same thing we have on our home lake. We've came to the end of one of the creeks. I can see probably 5 boats in here now fishing, so that tells me that there's probably some crappie here. So Kerr Lake is known for some really big crappies. And anyway, I got Miss P with us today, and she came along. We're gonna have a little picnic lunch, make a kind of a family thing out of it today. So anyway, hey guys, let's go catch a fish. Now I'm sitting in this pocket right here, and we're just gonna let this lure out. I don't want to run the trolling mode. I'm trying to be quiet, and I'm gonna just float that lure right across here, just like that lure swimming. See if we can catch another crappie out here. Boom. It's cutting up. Good. There he is right there. Boom. Joker's cutting up, ain't he? Good crappie. Good crappie. That's what I'm talking about. Another good one. Boom. There he was. Now sometimes some crappie will get in stuff just like this you see in front of me. And what I call it's probing. And you just, basically I'm trying to keep the lure from getting hung. There he is, just like that right there. See that crappie just come right on up out of that water right there and eat that lure. Boom. Now, since it's got to be, I'm gonna say that crappie is 10 inches. So there's a 9-inch size limit. The crappie is 10 inches on the nose. So on Kerr Lake there's a 9-inch limit. So that crappie's 10 inches, so we keep it. Now you notice I've settled in here. And even though I'm moving the boat around, I'm not moving the trolling motor. Boat's sitting still. We've got a bunch of laydowns right behind us. We're going to continue to probe, and that's 3 crappie we caught out of this one hole. So basically what I'm going to do is just drop that lure straight down into this log jam. And I'm going to try to get it down to the bottom if I possibly can. Maybe not. Well, sometimes those crappies will get up underneath those big logs. And they'll just lay right in the shadow of it. And then here comes your lure bumping along. And boom. See if we can pull one right out from under the boat. And remember, when you're doing this, drop the lure straight down into the water. And if you get a hit, if you feel a thump, set the hook. And you want to pick up on the lure. You want to pick up on the rod straight back up. One hit at it. he hit at it. Right here under the boat. Now see, actually, this boat is actually sitting about where I think the majority of the fish are. So I'm gonna just let it sit there. Right down. There he is right there. See, just like that. How easy that was. Nice crappie. Nice crappie. And we just let him get away. While we're here, that color jig is the electric chicken. See, it's green on one side, pink on the other. And these crappie here on this lake seem to like this color. The watercolor is fairly clear with a little bit of stain. Usually that electric chicken is a good color. The pearl has caught fish today. Well, we call it the old ghost. And we've used the black head, red heads, but the minnow colored head with the electric chicken seems to be what they like. Now, another point I want to make. Every lake has its favorite color jig. So you have to use different colored jigs along during the day. It helps if you got a second person fishing, they fish in a different color. But play with your jig color and you'll find that any lake you fish, one color probably is going to outfish another color. So hey, that's just another tip for you. It's a good crappie right here. Ooh wee. That's a nice one. Oh yeah. It's a good crappie right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is a good crappie. Boom. It's a good 12-inch crayfish. Oh, yeah. Nice crappie. Oh, yeah. Another nice crappie. We're gonna put the net on it. This is a white crappie right here. We're gonna put the net on this crappie right here. It's a good crappie right here. Oh yeah. That's what we after right there, folks. That's what we after. That is a good crappie. That's a 14-inch crappie. That is a nice crappie. Boom. So let's take a minute and talk about how we broke this lake down. So we're at Kerr Lake today. Kerr Lake is an enormous lake to break down. So first of all, we looked on the map and we located a couple of creeks that run from south to north, which normally will warm up a little bit quicker. And I chose one of the creeks that had a huge feeder creek that actually come into it. And so basically we found the closest boat ramp and we went to the upper end. Now, we're fairly close to the mouth of the creek where it actually comes into the lake, and so it's a huge shallow flat out here. So once we got here, I noticed, and I'm gonna switch over to the GoPro while I'm doing this. So you notice how this bank here, all is a shallow flat. There's a creek channel right there. Now, if you notice how the land is much steeper around this side, all the way around here, that tells me that the creek channel, the old creek channel, probably runs that side of the bank. Now I know from fishing that these crappie, I know from fishing over the years that crappie prefer that deeper side. They can just ease right back out in a little bit deeper water. So we're probably sitting in about 10, 12 feet of water here. And so basically when I started fishing, I come in on the upper end and I just started around this deeper, steeper side. And see this little pocket here? This is where we've been catching these fish, in this little pocket. So the water runs about 4 feet deep right up in it. And I'm sitting in probably 10 or 12. And these fish can transition from here out to here. go up and spawn and come back. And so when you're attempting to go to a new place, now I've fished a lot in this pocket where I've caught fish, and that's the simple reason I found fish there and I stayed on them. I could spend all day fishing around these bank lines and maybe catch just 2 or 3 fish, but there were some fish there. So if you go to a new place, you find fish, you stay on those fish. As you fish a new place, the more you fish, the more you learn it, the more places you have. So on my home lake, for example, I can go fish one section of the bank, catch a few fish, move to the next section that I know is more productive. I used a shad color grub, 16th ounce. There's a lot of rocks and wood on this deeper bank side, so I basically started just hitting the wood now. And I haven't seen anybody actually beating the bank trying to catch these crappie. So I hope that helps you break down your lake or a particular lake. Like I said, I came down here, didn't know anything about this lake, and came up here and have and we probably have 10 to 12 really nice crappie in the live well right now. And anyway, we just finished with a little bit of lunch break, so we're gonna get out here and fish another couple of hours before we head home. Hey, let's go catch a fish. All right. Come on, Mr. Crappie. Big old male black crappie. Oh yeah, he ate that thing. Oh yes sir, that's a nice crappie. It's a black crappie. I knew it had to be a fish in here. Yeah, that's a black crappie male. Slab. Now I'm gonna tell you, that crappie is probably, he's almost 10 inches. But we've got some nice crappies today. And I tell you, I'm gonna turn him back. Do you see all this brush behind me? It just looked too good. Now I'm basically just gonna let off just a little bit of line. I'm gonna probe around these logs, because trust me, those ain't the only 2 fish around here. So what is happening? So update, we finally got it home, got everything unloaded, got the fish out, and laying here on the table. And so let's take a look at what we caught today. We kept 10 fish. We probably caught 15 to 18, 19 crappie. We only kept the bigger ones, the ones that were larger than 10 inches. So here's the crappie we caught today. And these are some really nice crappies. And you see here's old white crappie mixed in the bunch. But all in all, that is some nice slab crappies that we caught. And we caught all these fish at Kerr Lake today, and I have not spring fished for crappie at Kerr Lake in probably 25 or 30 years. So I'm very happy with the success that we had today, and we found the fish were in little pockets off the upper end of the lake, and we had to kind of get in really tight on some of them. You'll see some of them I was just letting it right down into the wood and bringing them right back up. And we had many more fish on that just didn't get them to the boat. It bit short, and you know, we was fighting them and losing them. But anyway, hey guys, it's April the 5th. Crappie on the banks biting. Hey, you better get out there and go fishing. And hey, till next time, thanks for watching. I hope you seen something in the video that inspired you to go fishing. I hope you learned something from the video. And hey, remember, it's a wild life. and I'll see you on the water.